Good afternoon. Thank you for joining me, Journey of Faith. There's so much stuff going on in the world today, and I was watching the news, and it got me to thinking about how different things are now compared to when I was a kid. Yeah, I know I'm a little older, but really and truly, it wasn't that long ago. But things just seem to be so much simpler then. There seemed to be an immense amount of family values, Christian values. In fact, on Sundays, the majority of the businesses would absolutely just shut down. And that's the way it was supposed to be. On Sundays, um, you worship God, you spend time with your family, you don't worry about your business. And it was just different. I don't know how many people are aware of this, but our country was founded on Judeo-Christian values. Even our Constitution is based upon the Word of God, and that was created and formed by our forefathers. Now, the one reminder that we still have a lot of that, because little by little it seems to be just chiseled away, is you look on the back of our money and it still says, "In God we trust." Now, I know a lot of people have tried to get that removed, but for now, it's still there. And I know even as a kid, you would pray more than just going to church when you went to church on Sunday and sitting around the kitchen table with your family at dinner. You would, even at school, you would start your class with a prayer service. And I can recall also a number of times a president or a different leader in times of trouble, they would get on the radio or the TV and call the nation together and a nation prayer. But now this nation seems to be pulling more and more away from God, which has caused this nation, I believe, to suffer. And the more I think this nation does turn away from God, I'm just not sure if it can be turned around. However, though, with God, nothing is impossible. And the reason I say that is because of what is written in 2 Chronicles 7:14, which reads, "If my people who are called by my name humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear and will forgive their sin and heal their land." My fear is, though, that if we don't turn back to God and change our ways, then we could see a fall of this country. I really do feel that this country could absolutely fall. And if you remember, do you remember? I'm sure you do. The story of Sodom and Gomorrah, and also of Noah and the flood. Now, both of those stories and situation was caused by the fact that the people turned away from God and turned more towards wickedness and the things of pleasure and the things that fulfill them, not by the Word of God. The other thing I know that we need to do is we as a nation, we must continue to stand with Israel. And that's told to us in Genesis 12:3. "I will bless those who bless you," meaning Israel, "and whoever curse you, I will curse." And a lot of people, many have asked, are we in the last days? Well, I think the answer of that is in the Bible. And the answer is given to us real simple, and it's in there, and it was given to us by God. And one thing that it says is that in the last days before my return, I will draw Israel back to its homeland and give them back their nation. Well, that, my friend, did happen in just one day. back in 1948. And God tells us when we start seeing signs, we need to look up. Because we need to pay attention to what's going on. We can't just say, well, this will go away, it's going to get better. Well, maybe it will, maybe it won't. And as long as we don't pull together, I feel, as a nation and turn back to God and get back to Christian values, we're not going to go anywhere but downhill. You know, I know you've heard of the war of Gog and Magog. And now we're getting all these nuclear threats. They're saying they're coming from Russia. Russia says they're coming from us. Sometimes we get nuclear threats that China's threatening us with nuclears. And you can't help but wonder, is that the start of Armageddon? Is it the start of Gog and Magog? Well, I'm not sure. But the one thing that I know is a key component in it, and that's Israel. And so I do pay a lot of attention to Israel. There's some stories that I've been paying attention to that's taken place over the last few months. I'm not going to get into a lot of them in detail on here. I will link them in the description box below. One is about the red heifers. Now, the Jews do not believe in Jesus Christ. They're still waiting for the return of the Messiah. The red heifers, it has to be a pure red, unblemished red heifer. And nobody has seen one in, I couldn't tell you how many years. Now, some guy in Texas here a while back had not one, but 5 pure red heifers. They have been sent to Israel. Now, supposedly, the rabbi has to be blessed in these calf ashes. And then you've got the building of the third temple. And now we have also a rabbi that says that he has spoke with the Messiah himself recently. He's seen him. He spoke to him. I'll link these in the description box, like I said. But I just wanted to give you a little food for thought. Maybe there is a little something we could all do as a collective. Maybe, all it's got to do is start with one person. One person tells one, another tells another. But we seriously all do need to get back to God and to turn this nation back around to where it is the nation that used to be so proud and so strong, and not let it fall again. But I thank you all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I would love it if you did. And have a blessed day. Thank you again. Bye-bye now.